Working with data in FXone is extremely easy, largely because it's entirely wizard driven. If we go up to the toolbar and we open the Add Data dialog, which we can also open from one of the menus as well, we'll quickly review that and just look at the features that are available inside of this wizard. First of all, you pick the symbol that you're interested in from the list that you see here. You can choose how you want that data displayed, vertically, horizontally. You can also choose if you're going to create a new price chart like the ones you see over here on the far right. You can also choose to show date, time, and show a header for the data that you're adding to the spreadsheet. Here in the center you see the data range specifications. You have a starting cell. My mouse is currently in A1. If I were to move that, it would show us where the starting cell will be for the beginning of adding the data. The data range specifications allow you to look at streaming as well as historical data. You can choose a range from 0 to 0 means the current period only. If you wanted from 0 to, say, 20 indexes of data in the data that gets added to the spreadsheet, you would just put 20 there. For historical data, you can choose a start date to an end date, the start date being the furthest back in time, the end date being the most current. So, for example, you can click the Now button and go up to the very current moment in time. Or you can, instead of using a start date, you can go from, for example, now, and then go back using the back count field some number of values, for example, 1,000 periods of data. In this case, we're going to look at streaming data, and so I'll turn that back on. Frequency, here you have a multiplier field. This is the multiplier for any aggregation that you're doing. If you're using tick data, there's no multiplier field available, as well as no attributes such as the open, high, low, close, or volume. It's just pure raw tick data. If you're using seconds or above, or even n-ticks, where you're doing an n-tick bar aggregation, so in this case 10 ticks, if you want 70 ticks, for example, in each bar, you can just enter 70 there into the number of ticks. For any of the other frequencies of data, it works the same way. The multiplier, if you want 5-second bars of data, you simply put a 5 there in the multiplier field. And the reason that works is because FXone does all of the aggregation for non-broker provided frequencies of data on the fly itself from tick level data. So you're actually able to have any frequency of data that you want, whether or not your broker supports it. Same thing with your properties. You have bid, ask, and mid that are always available to you. In this case, we're going to use tick data, and we're going to take the 0th through the 20th, so 21 total values that we're going to add to the spreadsheet, and we'll move that dialog over. We'll go ahead and hit apply. We've got Euro USD selected, and it will add that tick data that we've specified. And so now we have this streaming, real-time updating array of ticks. And if we look inside the formula bar here, as we click into any one of the cells that contains data, we can see that we have a sim custom function that's present there, and there is a human readable syntax. So we have Euro USD, M for mid, T for tick, 0, which is the index. So the 0th is the most recent, and if you look at the date times here on the left hand side, you can see, of course, that they are in descending order. So the most recent tick timestamp is at the very top, and as we go down through those other cells, you can see those indexes incrementing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on there in the formula bar. And on the tick date time, we have the same exact sort of syntax, except with a DT for date time after the index value that's available. And so now you have this rolling window of data that will not get any larger, but it's effectively a time series of the length that we've specified. So now if we wanted an average of, say, the 20 most recent tick values, we could go equals average, and we'll take the 0th through the 19th if we want a 20 period. And now we have an updating real-time average of the last 20 ticks. And next we'll go ahead and show how we can do that with real-time indicator data as well.